does manhood mean to you beyond societal stereotypes? I believe manhood for me is enduring the suffering, because as a man you are going to suffer in ways that you couldn't even imagine. Obviously, it means for doing your responsibilities. If you have a family, that you're there for the family. You teach the family how to regulate their emotions. You teach them safe energy. You show them how. You show men how to lead, and you show the women how to trust a worthy leader, and essentially how to follow. I believe that's something that's part of manhood, when in a sense of having a family. If you're just by yourself, it's having your own, just having your own. So your own home, your own car, you have a steady job. It doesn't necessarily have to be like millions of dollars or anything like that, but you take care of yourself. You have a sense of peace. Manhood is overcoming a lot of your insecurities from childhood, being able to go back and face those traumas, man. It's not easy. It's something that I was definitely running from for a very long time, and becoming a man, and still becoming a man for that matter, even at 40, and running from from looking at yourself, running from responsibilities at some point in time, to growing up and being honest with yourself, to calling yourself out on your own bullshit, as more so not so much pointing fingers at everybody else, but actually looking at yourself in the accountability mirror and saying, all right, this is where we're not the strongest. This is where we have a few weaknesses. This is where I can improve. This is where we can be kind to people. This is where I was pretty rude to someone. This is where I manipulated somebody. This is where, you're holding yourself accountable for the things that one has done. And most importantly, what I believe part of manhood is not not having to judge anybody, and just deal with myself, and just focus solely on me and what I have to do and how I have to improve as a man, and the things that I need to work on. How do I mend a relationship with a falling out with a family member? How do I mend a relationship with a friend that we just had a disagreement? Are we able to overcome that? Are we able to have the uncomfortable conversation that even led to the situation to begin with? Are we able to be adults? Are we able to put aside our differences, and even be able to be like, all right, we want two different things. We can go our separate ways, and not being in a negative sense. I don't have to be upset with you just because the things that we both want are not in alignment. I believe that's part of manhood. A manhood is being able to listen. Honestly, that's what this is my day to day, as far as what I believe manhood is. Learning, always studying the people around you, for that matter. Not so much for like a manipulation thing, but more so learning how to love them. I believe that's part of manhood. I think it's very important that your people feel safe. The people that are around you, that you don't make everything about you. I mean, you find time for you. There's nothing. I don't see any issue in trying to make sure that you take care of your own needs, because it's very important to make sure that you fill your cup up. Because if you're trying to go around life with a drained cup, you're not really giving anybody anything. But if I fill my cup, everybody else gets what's left over. So it's like remembering to take care of yourself, remembering to take care of your mental health. And there are days where I get beside myself and I end up putting everybody before me, and I recognize, and like, man, I'm off. I'm out of alignment. So there's times where meditation is necessary, where you remove yourself from your ego. You remember to find the soul. You keep that calm energy about yourself. You show up for your tribe. Remember to showing up for your tribe. Manhood is also removing what no longer serves you too. I would say that, because when you got stragglers, you got people that are just holding on. You have to let go what's weighing you down if you're going to get to the altitude that you so seek with your goals and stuff. And that, you know, it's nothing against those people. It's just that you have things that you want to do with your life, you know, and you got to be willing to do that. I believe that's part of, you know, like the manhood. Listening to, really listening to your kids and making them feel seen. I like to believe that when I have conversations with my kid, that she understands that I'm not making it about me. I want it to be about her and whatever it is that, you know, she's into, or any, for that matter, anybody else, you know, to have conversations with, being able to ask the questions that get them to talk more about the things that they're into, so that they recognize that they feel seen. I mean, manhood is being in the trenches sometimes. You know, your people in your life are going to go through things, and remember to sit with them, and remember you don't need to walk in their shoes, but you can walk beside them. And that's very key. That was something that Brene Brown taught me, was that I don't have to walk in your shoes. You know, we're not able to walk in your shoes, but I can walk beside you as you go through it. And that's really what I try to adopt, that mentality, and move forward with the people that I value, and just sitting with them and just listening, not judging them, but okay, I understand, and letting them, you know, validating that what they're talking about, that they were brave enough and courageous enough to share something with you, to not be judged, to not be criticized for it. So all right, let's talk about it. Let's listen and ensure that they know that they're loved, they're seen, heard, and loved. And yeah, I mean, I'm not. Of course, there's other things in manhood. You know, I think that eventually having like when a man gets to a point where he does have a family and stuff like that, there's a lot of responsibilities that come with that, and it's about choosing the most effective mate for yourself, and to do that, and especially in today's climate with the level of entitlement that social media has brought to women, you know. So it's a man has to be very, very cautious with what he brings into his life, and then just as much as a woman has to be very cautious with the type of guy that she talks to. But a man definitely has to be very cautious on what he brings, the type of energy that he brings into his life. I believe that's a part of manhood too, is being able situational awareness and emotional awareness as well, so that you have peace in your life, and have somebody that trusts you to lead, and make sure that you even know how to lead too. And that means learning to be more mature, not being such a kid about things, constantly making jokes, but being there with yourself. Remember to be there for yourself before anybody else, because how you treat yourself is how you're going to treat them. So if you can show up for yourself, you can certainly show up for others. But that's my thoughts on manhood beyond societal standards.